Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of The Whack Only with Keren Bala Devan. I'm Keren Bala Devan, your host. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for clicking on this. I'd like to extend a special thanks to the people in the audience tonight. Okay, very good. I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get straight to the news that you missed last week, everybody. Let's go. Now, for the first news, our Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, Wan Faisal, decided to go out and make a statement that Malays need a protector because of their neo-feudalism and they need more identity politics. Now, sure, that's exactly what we need now, more feudalism in Malaysia, right? I'm so looking forward to paying taxes to my feudal lord and starting like regional wars with Johor because they decided to use spaghetti for laksa. Right, I can't wait for Prima Nocta to come back, guys. Him saying that Malays need a protector, I find it very disrespectful. Malays are completely capable and independent. It sounds like you, Wan Faisal, it's not like you need a protector. It sounds like you have a medieval fantasy of a knight coming and saving you from your house and taking you back to the castle and making you like a squire or something like that. What is this? It's 2022, stop it. Okay, like he sounds like a parent that always thinks you're a baby, even though you're a 40-year-old divorcee that's still using his debit card, you know. Right? In other news, now that all the borders are open, we started with our normal bullshit, which is Singaporeans coming to Malaysia and doing Singaporean things. Right? Earlier this week, reports came out that Singaporeans were coming into Malaysia, to Johor specifically, to fill up on cheap petrol. These fellas, this is what I'm talking about. Singaporeans, right? You know how nice it was during the lockdown where we didn't have to deal with y'all? And then now everything is open up and immediately y'all come and start some nonsense. This is rubbish. You know what? This is what I want. I want this rule. Every time y'all come here and y'all take something from us that's cheap, like petrol, we want to take something from y'all. When y'all do this, we want to be able to go back to Singapore and take See, we don't want anything from y'all, Singapore. Y'all suck, lah. The other thing in the news is our local singer Yasin sent out regards to our MP of Muar, Syed Saddiq, because he was supposed to go to court to talk about him apparently in possession of drugs and growing a marijuana plant, right? So our singer Yasin came out and said that wished him well at the court case and also sent his regards and told him to quickly get medical marijuana approved in Parliament. The reason he did this, I think, is because he did it for us. He did it for all the creatives in Malaysia who want all these medical marijuana laws to be passed so that we can all suddenly develop glaucoma. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, Ismail Sabri, our wonderful Ismail Sabri, put forward a motion to make Malay the official language of ASEAN, right? To make it like the second language of ASEAN. Now, here's the thing. I like that idea. I love it. As a Malaysian, I obviously want Malay to be the main language spoken throughout ASEAN because I definitely can't wait for the time when I can go to Vietnam and shout at somebody and call them a buto to their face and for them to look at me and answer back in Malay, eh diama bukima. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news we have this week because we got a big story, big topic coming up, and that is the news that you all missed last week. Thank you. Yay. All right, so for this episode, the main topic is going to be about how Malaysia is actually a truly blessed country, but we've had our share of disasters. No, not that one. No, not that one. Natural disasters. No. Yes, the floods. I'm talking about the floods, okay? You know, the thing that God warned Noah about, supposed to get rid of all evil in the world, but we still have things like 1MDB and bloody Nickelback. Right? Now, floods are nothing new in this country, but we've seen an alarming number of floods happen in the past few years. Now, the most deadly and notable one was the one that happened in December, right, in Selangor. More than 25 people lost their lives and we had millions, if not billions of ringgit worth of damage done to property and infrastructure and all that sort of things. Now, this was really bad because, I don't know if you all know this, but half a month of rainfall occurred in just 24 hours. That was how bad it was. Now, Honestly, it's a shame that all that rain didn't fall on Putrajaya. Because not only would no one have got hurt because there's no one there doing their jobs, but at least the rain would have helped, putting out the fire of our burning democracy. But even before this, the sight of totally washed out highway or a village being evacuated from rising waters, it wasn't uncommon. We've had to deal with this. People on the east coast of Malaysia have already been used to this. People in Pahang, Terengganu, Kelantan. It happens every year for them. Flooding in the east coast is like east coast version of the prosperity burger. It's not great, but it's not like you can do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? But why is this happening now? Now, this kind of thing doesn't happen overnight, okay? The severity of our floods has been building up over a long period of time, and it's happening for a few reasons. First of which has to do with our beloved capital, Kuala Lumpur, the muddy banks, the second most appropriately named city in the world after Bangkok. We've got 8 million people living in the city right now, and that's the problem. The density of the number of people and the flood mitigation doesn't match. Flood mitigation takes a lot of work, effort, and money, which the government doesn't want to do. Remember, it's the worst thing, right? So here's what's causing the floods. Let's start off with talking about the flood mitigation systems that we have. We need enough areas of flood water to run off and for the flood waters to be stored safely, right? We don't have enough of that. We've got dams and other systems, but they've not been upgraded for a very, very long time. Klang River has the smart tunnel. Gombak River has none, which means it's dumb. Get it? Because smart. Urbanization is occurring at an alarming rate. We built so many buildings, car parks, apartments that all the soil has now been turned into concrete. It's been turned into cafes where shitty artists go and order their kombuchas and sit and talk about selling their new art as an NFT. I hope it's worth it, you commie bastards. And our piping and drainage system was only built to handle one building at a time. This was back when KL was still being developed. Oh yeah, we've built tons and tons and tons of buildings, but almost none of our piping and drainage system has been upgraded since that time. Never bothered to make it bigger, they never bothered to make it fit the number of people in the city. Now, does this sound like a lot to take in? Don't worry. I've decided to bring in my urban drainage expert of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mikhail, everybody. Mikhail.
Hello, Keren.
Thank you for joining
me here.
It's
good to be here.
Before we begin, I just want to ask, you don't seem to be dressed like an urban drainage planning expert.
Yeah, I was at my other job.
What's your other job?
I was the fella laughing in the microphone.
Okay, you don't have to tell people. You don't have to tell anybody. Now, you're here to explain to us why the drainage system is a big issue. Would you care to demonstrate?
Well, let me get it started, right? The urban drainage system is old in Malaysia. It was built with one building at a time, and over time, no one decided to upgrade it. Now, I know that Keren said that this is a lot to take in, so I thought I would create an analogy that would make everyone understand it just much easier.
Okay, yeah, just to simplify
and that
things.
is the urinal allegory,
Allergy.
That's it. I'm not an urban planning guy. I'm a guy laughing in a microphone. We have no budget on this show. Now, let's say you're in a men's bathroom, and there's one urinal. And you know what? There's you. So when you pee into this urinal, drainage system's good.
This is pee?
This is pee.
Okay.
This is pee. This is very nice pee. Drainage system is good, no overflow, drains nicely, no problem. Now, let's say suddenly a new gentleman appears. And he decides, hey, that urinal looks really good. I'm gonna pee in it with you at the same time.
He's in the two people in the same.
Two people in the same thing.
This
Very
is
strange occurrence is about to happen, but you know what, guys? The urinal still holds up just fine.
Okay.
No problem.
It's a bit weird though.
It is very weird.
Right.
This may or may not have been a true story, but we'll get to that eventually.
Okay.
Now we've
Maybe
seen two people pee in the same urinal, no problem. The KL drainage system is holding up just fine. Now the problem is when you have 5 more people come in and decide that looks like a really good urinal. We're all going to pee in it at the same time. Now, 2 things are about to happen here. 1, everyone's going to join a really elite club of having seen your penis before. And number 2, when you decide to pee all together, hey, pee also, bro.
Okay, ISO pee. ISO pee. Okay, I pee also. I pee.
Oh
no! Oh my God! The pee is going everywhere.
And that
the pee is
that is what happens when you get 5 gentlemen to pee in the same urinal at the same time, and also that is what happens to the KL urban drainage system.
Right.
See, you've got pee everywhere. You've got pee on your pants. And you've ruined Keren's ex-girlfriend's wedding.
No. We don't.
No. You're gonna be together. You deserve to be together. Okay? You can work it out. You know what? Your uncle's a dick. He's a liar. He never said that. He never said that.
Don't. Mikhail, everybody, Mikhail. Give it up for our expert. So we hire all our experts based on our budget, which is nothing. So now the other reason why all these floods are happening, deforestation, right? Now we've already lost 20% of our rainforest since 2002. That's just in 20 years. Now who needs natural fauna or flora when, you know, we can just get rid of the forest and build the next auntie ants about 2 minutes away from your house, right? I'm very sure the animals will understand, okay? It's more important for me to get my cinnamon almond crusted pretzel first thing in the morning. Right? Fuck the animals. Right? Now, see, what happens with deforestation is the trees get removed, the roots aren't there, and then the soil and the water is not strong enough, it doesn't hold everything enough, and it leaks into the drainage system, and then you have flooding. Now, of course, that's one issue. Global warming, that's the other one. It's real, huh? Okay, no matter what anybody might tell you, it's real. Now, all of this is happening. You might be asking yourself, why? Simple. Money. All right? Palm oil estates, commercial logging, development, all of this is causing massive deforestation. And all of our wood in Malaysia, the thing that they're destroying the forest for, is all getting imported to other countries. Places like Japan, Thailand, China, the US. You know what? Screw us, right? Who cares about our forest as long as like Jimmy in Idaho can rest his Xbox on a coffee table and shout at you over the internet about how he banged your mom. Now, of course, you would hope that the people in charge would be on the ball about this. Like, you would hope that our environmental minister would be doing something. But then again, remember, this was the guy who said that, and I quote, "Logging is good for tigers." The only thing in this country that has ever been good for tigers is when an Indian fella buys a crate of them to drink at home. Nothing else has ever helped the tigers. But saving the environment, of course, doesn't help anybody make money, right? It also means that the government has to care about something outside of their circle, which they never, ever want to do. And now we come to the third and biggest issue that all this is happening, which is, of course, mismanagement. Now, Charles Santiago, the MP of Klang, actually asked for more funds to clean up all the drains in the Klang area because it's so full of trash. And the government said, just organize gotong royong lah. So y'all were supposed to laugh at that, right?
Let's keep that in.
You keep that in, guys. Keep that in. It's like if a building was catching fire and the fire department just asked the people inside, you know what, go piss on it lah. Okay, it'll go away eventually. Of course, you know, when we're talking about mismanagement, we can't talk about where all the money is going, but because we need this, we need to fix this issue because flooding keeps happening. But no, what does the government do? Let's just build the PNB tower. Let's use all the money for that. $1 billion ringgit project, right, for something that looks like a fucking erection in the middle of KL. I mean, sure, which is good. You know what? It makes sense. While you're drowning, right, and you're wondering how this happened, you can just look up and see where all the flood relief funds went to. And it went to someone's insecurity. So, and now we come to what can we do about this? How do we stop all this from happening? Listen, we went so far as to try to find out. We found out that there was a pump broken at Sri Muda somewhere. We don't know why, we don't know how, we don't know who's on it. All we know is it wasn't fixed, right? And that's the issue that happens in Malaysia. Everything that we have that is wrong, we don't bother fixing. We always let it slide. We always just say, you know what, somebody else will take care of it. It's like a child of divorce who keeps mutilating like the soft toys in the house. And if neither parent does anything about it, that child is going to grow up to be the subject of a true crime podcast. Okay, because remember guys, we were all in this together. Everywhere was flooding, Malaysians were suffering, and while all this was going on, our PM was busy cutting a cake for a political party's birthday. So listen, none of us want any of this to happen again. That's true. But let's be honest, it's going to. Maybe not in your neighborhood, but in somebody else's neighborhood, another fellow Malaysian's neighborhood. It's going to happen somewhere in this country. So please, people, don't forget to keep demanding that your leaders and all the politicians that you know properly do something to fix this and be held accountable for their job. Because remember, the next time this happens, you all are going to realize that your Velfires and your Alphas are not boats, and your Gucci loafers will not help you swim. And that's episode 2, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all that, because we really, really want to start getting money from this. Also, please don't forget to send in all your questions with the hashtag CanA. That is for you to ask all the things that you might not be sure whether you can ask or not, and we can tell you. So send that in. Thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take care, be safe, goodbye.